My boyfriend cheated on me and I don't know what to do. For context, me and my boyfriend had been together for around 6 months and we were insanely close. He never displayed any red flags or made me have any doubts regarding his loyalty, therefore I wasn't that stressed when he told me he is going to a birthday party to a mutual friend, a party he decided to not take me along with him even though he usually does. He claimed it was because it was a new environment for me and was scared I would overthink and wouldn't fit in, even though I already knew the person and another person there, and I am not that shy myself. Long story short, he got really drunk and made out with a girl he barely knew. Prior to that, they only had one brief encounter, and from what he told me, they didn't really spend time together at the party. This was a girl that one of his friends was interested in, and he always pushed him to ask her out or just ask how's the situation like. He confessed the moment we saw each other in real life around the second day after the party, but I could tell he was acting off even slightly prior to the party and during it, responding hard, not asking me much, something he normally does not do. Basically, he confessed everything and said the moment he did it and realized what he was doing, he felt really awful. We stopped talking whatsoever for 3 days because I made it clear that I need time away, and for now it's smarter to break up so I can process everything. In short, I was absolutely heartbroken and devastated. After those days, he reached out to me and we decided to give it a shot. After long hours of talking and hearing him cry and seeing how he reached such a low point, not showering, going to school, talking to pretty much nobody. To be completely honest, after we got back together, because I decided to give him a second chance, for the first couple of days I had severe trouble sleeping. I still do. Just researching what drunk kisses mean and so on, but in rest when we see each other it is actually really great. He is just like how he was before, but even more, and since then he tried and is trying his hardest to show me that he won't ever allow himself to do something like that again, including deleting pretty much any females in his contact list or social media. To be fair, he didn't have that many to begin with. It was mostly old female friends that he didn't talk to anymore or just acquaintances. But the problem is, the more time we spend together, the more I realize I am not that emotionally attracted to him anymore, mainly physically. I feel that while he grows more in love with me, I grow more distant, even though I don't necessarily show it. These thoughts just randomly cross my mind in the middle of the day when they are triggered by something, or late at night. I have no idea if to continue because I still care about him and like the things he does for me, how helpful and understanding he is, and how supportive of my sudden mood swings, and overall the intimacy is great, even though emotionally I do not see him as before and I concentrate on the physical aspects of our love life. It is mainly me that has these thoughts and wishes, and he obliges happily. I want to be with him just so I won't be lonely, but at times I feel so suffocated I don't even want to look him in the eyes. Don't think I stayed only for the physical attraction, even though it plays a huge part, since he still treats me so well and is insanely caring just as how he was before. I just feel so detached from him and his side of the story and don't know it to continue for the short-term safety and physical satisfaction and knowing that I can count on him and he always listens to me or leave. Before we got back together I was really devastated the first day, but I wasn't in a deep depression or anything. I would just cry at random times of the day or lose focus, and all those thoughts came crawling back. And even if I was in public, should I continue because this relationship is what feels right in the moment, and slowly grow more detached until there is nothing left? Or perhaps I'll learn to get over it. Right now it's insanely hard to say, or straight up leave. Please, I'm desperate for answers and need an unbiased opinion. Comment. Your BF cheated on you and you don't know what to do? Easy. Just break up with him and move on. If you choose to forgive him and move on, you are basically giving him the green light to continue cheating on you behind your back. Who knows, there's that possibility he can transfer an STD/ST to you if you continue to stay with him. You can do better and you'll find someone who will love and like you for you. I feel like I'm gonna get downvoted, but was it just a kiss? Like making out is different from a peck. Also, I feel like you don't live with each other. Keep your distance, BC. You seem to be very hurt but also needy in a sense that you don't want to be alone either. Everyone's gonna say break up, but if it's just a kiss, it's okay to work it though. What do you do? He's shown you who he is. He's a man of poor character, no respect for you, and thinks so little of you that he can get away with this. You break up with him and block him on everything. Move on. You can't accept this behavior from partners at all, let alone during what's supposed to be the honeymoon stage of a relationship. Keep your dignity and leave the man. Story 2. Has someone told you something to regret your cheating? I have been in a 2-year-long relationship with my BF. We had in-depth conversations about marriage and basically were unofficially engaged. We agreed that we will get married after he graduated from his university program. He seemed genuine and never seemed to have red flags. As his final exam started to come closer, he seemed to get more stress, but we would still date like normal. Since I saw my future being secure with him due to our conversations and future plans, I gave him space, thinking we can work on his stress and emotional problems together. During his summer break, he went on a trip with friends. I also went on a trip with my friends, so this was not strange to me. While on vacation, he deleted some photos of us on his Instagram, which instantly made me feel like he was cheating, but when I messaged him about it, he returned his page to normal. After his trip, we continued dating like usual, but our dates were started to become infrequent. He blamed his studies, which I trusted, especially since we mentioned getting engaged after. I just assumed he was feeling more stress about the pressure of our future and the seriousness of his studies. Eventually, he broke up with me after 2 more months, and he said it was because he wanted to focus on his career and he couldn't be a good partner until his finances were sorted. He even promised we could meet after he works on himself. Otherwise, we ended on good terms. I thought he was just focusing on himself and that the possibility of us getting together was strong. A few weeks later, I saw him posting another girl on his social media and everything became clear. I found out he cheated with me on that summer break and has been in contact with the same girl since that time. I feel disgusted that he lied to my face for months and is actively in a toxic relationship with this girl. I would have described our whole relationship as healthy, so I was surprised to learn about the dynamic of their relationship. She even contacted me on a secret account to ask if I ever would get back with him. He still denies cheating after I have so many facts around it. I can see he is not accepting the responsibility of his actions. I have plans to get some last things from him, which he admitted later the reason he could not give it sooner was because the items were left in her house and she lives out of state. I want him to hear how this situation has affected my image and memory of him, but by how he is acting, I think he still won't accept reality. I think he believes he did the right thing in this situation by slowly putting distance despite the fact he was actively talking to and planning his relationship with the other girl at the same time. Has anyone had a conversation with a partner they cheated on that actually resonated with them? I am just curious if there is anything I can say that can stick in his mind, even if he thinks back on it years from now and realizes this is the moment he messed up. Comment. Don't know if it would make a difference, but ask him how he would feel if this girl did it to him. If he found out from someone close to him that she was cheating. People only understand what they put you through once they have it done to themselves. Remember that cheating can make you feel the same amount of pain as a death, because it is the death of a relationship. Don't go back because you don't want to experience that again. And if it once happened, it will happen again. As a guy and pretending to be this guy, and I wanted you to teach me a lesson, I would tell you this at that meeting. Look at me with boredom and disappointment. Show me how little value I hold for you now. Ask me how I would feel if my current GF did the same to me, but don't address that is how I made you feel. Because as a cold cheating bastard, I wouldn't let it mean much to me at the time, so there's not much for me to admit now. Telling my I hurt you and or showing emotion validates my importance to you and makes me feel good. Tell me to be better in a condescending, disappointed teacher-parent sort of way. Tell me you don't need a CIA file on me to know what everybody already knows about me, but don't elaborate. It makes me wonder what other people know or what you may have said to people. This makes me feel insecure and uncomfortable. In short, don't try to make me feel sorry for you, cause that's how I'll see it. I cheated on you to begin with and want to keep the lie going. You will not find remorse in my heart. However, you may make me feel regret by giving me negative feedback and perhaps making me think twice about being a douche to somebody else in the future. Luck OP. If you absolutely have to see him, this is your answer. First, I'd say, don't bother meeting him. If he has something you need back, have someone else pick it up or have him leave it where you can get it without talking to him. Closure is imaginary. It is never the beautiful thing people dream it up to be in their minds. You're better off going NC with him and focusing on yourself and your future. If you insist on seeing him, follow this template. Don't go in yelling and screaming and begging for answers. You won't get what you're looking for. Be calm and firm in what you know he did and that you deserve better. Do not give any room for him to stay in contact or for him to think you two might get back together someday. He cheated once, he'll do it again. He threw you away for someone he just met that doesn't even live in state. He'd rather be alone than be with you. Don't forget that, and remember that you are far better off alone than with a cheater. Story 3. I think my girlfriend is cheating on me with her brother. I have been living with my girlfriend now for 3 years and everything has seemingly been fine. We are both close with our families, so I have never found it weird that she wants to spend so much time with him, but it's CO. I know it's pretty late in the relationship to be discovering this, but as far as I've seen online, this kind of thing happens within the family fairly often. Her and I are both pretty introverted and like to stay in, but if her brother invites her out, she dresses her best, better than she ever dresses for me if we go out, and always quickly agrees. She'd been spending the night at his house more and more often recently and always comes home wearing clothes that were borrowed from him. When I'm with him in person, it seems like she's pretty touchy with him, and the way she makes eye contact with him kind of scares me. How do I confront her about this? Am I sick for even thinking this to be a possibility? Okay, quick update because there's a bunch of questions, I guess. This is her real brother. I've been to multiple family functions, including him. I have thought about her using him as an alibi, but they always have a way to prove they're together. Whenever they go out, they say it's a siblings' night and I'll be invited another time. I don't know why she spends the night there. He does live alone and is currently single. It might be because they're too drunk to get her home, but the bars and club are a short Uber away from our house, so I don't know why she wouldn't come back home. The reason I don't just want to leave is because everything we have is tied together and things, especially right now, are extremely expensive, so just moving out and getting a new place would not be easy. I'm going to talk to her tonight when she's off work and see if there's anything she's hiding from me. I won't accuse her of sleeping with her brother, but I'll make it known how I feel and what my concerns are. Comment. You definitely aren't sick, but truly if that thought has popped into your mind, then it's best to end things and go on your separate ways. Because even if it is innocent, you obviously aren't okay or comfortable with the way she acts. Also, how do you know she's with her brother when she says she is? She could be cheating and using her brother as an excuse. My advice, just break up, block her, and move on. If she needs a reason why you don't want to be with her anymore, just say her relationship with her brother makes you uncomfortable and you don't want to come between her and family. Leave it at that though, or go into more detail, it's up to you. But don't stay with her. If you don't want to just come out and ask her if they are having sex, ask her for reasons for staying over and tell her you don't think it feels right, so from here on out you will be picking her up if needed versus her spending the night. No more overnights. I would also get a look at her phone and what their messages look like. See if she has any NSFW photos of him even. Also tell her you have a female friend you want to set him up with that she doesn't know. Tell her the person is out of town for a week or so, but you want to get him hooked up. See how she responds. The odds of this being true are astronomically low. She may be lying and using her brother as an alibi to go cheat, but sleeping with her brother? Yet, no. Like if her brother dresses nicer too, or depending on where they go, of course she'd get dressed up more. But no, Pope, he must be fucking her brother, because that's the rational and logical answer.